Hi everybody, welcome to Watercolor Wednesday at Dandelion Cottage with Leslie Watkins. Today I discovered that the hellebores are blooming in the woods. I've got several different varieties. There are the white ones, I have some pink ones, and I have these gorgeous dark crimson ones. So I thought this would be a lot of fun to paint today. So I'm just going to keep this off to the side here where I can look at it. And I'm going to be watercolor sketching with my basic supplies. So I just have some water, I've got a number 2 pencil, my sketch box, and a brush. And I'm going to be working in my journal. So here it is. I'll zoom you out a little bit. Here we go. So there's my journal. And by the way, the journal making workshop is open for just 2 more days. So if you'd like to learn how to make a hardbound, sturdy journal, this is your chance. The registration is opened until March 31st. And the workshop includes a kit with just about everything that you need to make your journal. You'll also be using some items from your stash, and you'll also be invited to the Zoom where you can have a question and answer session and also share what you've done. And there's also a Facebook group that you can participate in the creative challenge. So when your journal is complete, you have the chance to post it and win a prize. There's also a video tutorial with the PDF, and there's going to be some bonus videos as well. So check it out. I'll have all that information below, or you can find it on my channel here. Just look for the Scrap Busting Journal Workshop and you'll find all the information you need to know. Now after I do the video today, I will be posting all that information in the description, so you can always find it there as well, or on my website at dandelioncottagedesign.com. Alright, now let's get busy. A lot of this snow is melted now. I can see a lot of the brown grass, and I've noticed that the birds are looking for places to nest and starting to sing their songs. So spring is definitely coming. We're going to see a lot more flowers here, and as the flowers start revealing themselves, I'm going to share those flowers with you in this Watercolor Wednesday session where we do various nature studies that I find here at Dandelion Cottage. So for this, I'm just pulling up my screen here to make sure that you can see me. And that looks good. It looks like we're broadcasting. Oh, and there's people out there already. So hello, Beverly. Hi, Carol and Kelly. I hope everybody's well today. Are you seeing spring in your neighborhoods? Beverly says that she's making treat boxes for the children. And there's Ginger. Good morning, Ginger. Okay, so this isn't going to be a very long session today. I just want to do a quick sketch just to give you an idea of how I get started. And I also have, I told you that the ice storm, I want to show you something else. I told you that the ice storm had broken the limbs on my pussy willow, and here you can see these beautiful little buds. So that's going to be something else to paint. But for today, I just want to do a little study of how the hellebores look in the woods. And I think I'm going to zoom you in a little bit so you can see better. So in the woods, there's still quite a lot of leaves that are covering up the flowers. You don't see the leaves. I'm talking about the dry leaves from the trees, but you don't see the leaves of the hellebores very well because they haven't quite emerged yet. A lot of them are underneath, and they've been kind of battered by the winter. But what you do see are these wonderful stalks with these gorgeous deep crimson flowers. Now I'm just doing a very rough sketch just to sort of get them placed, and then I'll be a little more careful about all the details. I just want to get it roughed in, and we have all this beautiful, beautiful leaf litter with all sorts of tonalities in it. That's just beautiful. All right, so let's see what we have here. We've got this flower that's sort of pointing in this direction. Now we've got this one. Okay, and they have these wonderful, and I'm not sure if these are sepals. It looks like they might be sepals, but can you see how they kind of act like an umbrella over the top of the blossom? Just wonderful. And here you see there's a little bud tucked back there. And a wonderful color. Really spectacular flowers. Another one. Behind here. And then this big one on the right. Okay, so that's enough information I need to know to make sure I have everything situated on the page. I'm just going to mix up a kind of a red violet, and I'm just lightly going to indicate these shapes. They're just kind of wild and exuberant looking. Okay, so there's the beginning of one. I'm just going to sort of block them in lightly. Okay, so there are my flowers started. Get some of these leaves. And then they kind of go off into the distance. Okay. All right, so that's my first wash. Okay, so I've established the position of the flowers. I've got some of my colors worked out. Tone that down a little bit. So now I'm just going to put a little more detail on these flowers. So I'm going to get a little bit darker tone and just kind of indicate these the shapes of the petals. There we go. Now mixing up a darker crimson, a little violet, and I'm just going to make note of some of the darker accent areas. if I look closely at the flower, I can see that there are some beautiful little veining and striations on the on the petals. Okay, and then you can see these sort of little serrated edges. So I want to capture some of that. And also, as the stem goes away from the flower and goes closer to the ground, it gets less red and it begins to have a little bit of this kind of greenish, dark green tinge to it. So you just want to do some close observation. You can make some notes. Oftentimes when I'm using my journal, I'll do a little bit of writing. On the page, and maybe put the date. If you're a gardener, you may want to take note of the type of day, the weather, the temperatures. Or you might just want to write a little verse if you're inspired to do some poetry or your favorite quote. So each person's journal is completely unique. Now this particular journal is my watercolor journal, but I also love to do paper crafting, and in the scrap busting journal workshop, not only am I going to show you how to make a journal that could be used for either painting, writing, or maybe a diary or a bullet journal, but you'll also see me do a paper crafting or a kind of a art journal with pockets and tags and die cuts, stamping, all the things. So they're extremely versatile. All right, well, I think I'm just going to put a little more of the leaf litter get some of the stems to the leaves. Get some of the shapes. The shadows. Okay, so there is a quick study. Okay, it doesn't have to be a finished painting, just a few quick notes of what it is that you're observing. And I may or may not do a little more work on this after, but I just wanted to show you how to begin and how in just a few minutes you can have the start of a very nice little painting to decorate your journal. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gave you some ideas. I'd love to see you in the journal workshop, so I hope that you will join me. Again, I'll be putting all that information below. So stay well, stay happy, stay creative, and I will see you next time.